Hello Capricorn, how you doing? Welcome to the Astroflower for your solstice reading of the summer 2023. I've done the collective, it's already out there. Yeah, it's a long one, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. This is going to be a reading. This is your overall energies here. This is the karmic message for your relationship side. This is the karmic message for your material side, job, business, and etc. This is what has been influencing you over the past 3 months. And then basically we've got month 1, month 2, month 3. So that's 21st of June to the 21st of July, 21st of July to 21st of August, 21st of August to the 21st of September, and we go up to the equinox. So I hope you've been alright. Hope you've been good. You should be on fire, Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn as well, man. I know what it's like. It should be good for you at the moment. There should be good things going on. You're moving into your summer with this. And as we move into our summer, that's when things really start motoring. And it's not because it's the summer in the Northern Hemisphere. It's when you're born. And it's according to your rhythms of when you're born. I go into it on the monthly collective. You can go in and see that. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you. I hope you have a lovely reading. And thank you very much for supporting us in this. Look at this. What a great card to have to start. Happiness after difficulty. That's the overall energy. And I feel this. You know, as I say, I'm a Capricorn, and I reckon we've had Pluto in our sign, and it's been progressing, collapse. Progressing, collapse. And that's on all fronts, in relationships, in our business and projects and stuff like that. You know, it may not be for everyone, but overall it's been a little bit like that. It's been really difficult. And now it's like we're progressing. Oh no, we're not falling. Oh, it dips a bit, but oh no, that picks up again. And this is what's coming up for you for the next 15 years. It's going to be brilliant. So this is card here for the overall energy, happiness after difficulty. I can understand this on all the fronts. Your relationship as much as anything else. Okay? So let's start off with the relationship side. Let's see what's going on. What's been influencing you over the past 3 months? Lovers. Could this be to do with your relationship? It could also be to do with you as well. I think it's you finding your feet as a lover, maybe, with your partner, or with someone new, or within your existing partner, as it were. It's also, I think it's more of a case here, and this is what I'm getting off. It's more of a case of you're finding you of how to love. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're ready. Even if you're in a long-term relationship, it may have been difficult over the past sort of like 2 or 3 years, what with all the things that we've all been through. And it might be a case of like, there may be a realization over the last sort of 3 or 4 months where you're building up to falling in love again. And I think as much with yourself as, and that's not an egotistical thing, although, you know what I mean, I know you Capricorns. I'm only joking, calm down. Is feeling really content with who you are. And I think that's what's been leading us there over the past sort of 3 months. So what's the karmic message for the relationships? And this could also be you could look at it as your spirit or as your energy, as it were. It could be a spiritual sort of side, your emotional sort of side. So if you're looking at a spiritual sort of side and an emotional sort of side, if that's what you're really focusing on at the moment, it's like you're finding yourself. That's what it seems like. Well, death card for your karmic message. Death and rebirth. And I think this is what is being reborn. That whole lovers thing. As I say, I think you've been learning to love yourself. And the death card here, everything falls, anything from the kings and everything like that. But there is a child that doesn't fall before it. And he's almost sort of saying, the innocence of love prevails. And that's what seems to be coming through here. It's like you've discovered this whole innocence within you. That's what it feels like. And because you found it within you, you can find it outside of you. That's what you're resonating. That's what I feel like it's coming through. And it's a real start of a new journey for you in regards to your relationships. something that can last and that's really permanent for you. Absolutely beautiful. Let's just see what's going on in the first month. So with this new journey for you on this karmic mission. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. So 8 of Wands, all to do with messages, inspiration, passions coming into your life. It could be someone telling you that, yes, I want to be with you. It could be that sort of messages. It could also be a spiritual message saying, yes, you are on the right path. This is what you should be doing in your life. This is how you should be engaging your spirit. It's a confirmation of a lot of things here. And it's because you've resisted Capricorn. And you are very resistant, Capricorn. And this is in the first month. So between the 21st of June to the 21st of July, you've got this message coming through, this communication with other people in a very definite manner. It's not just like, hi, how you doing? It's kind of going, I like you, or I love you, or you could be saying, I love you. This communication could come from you as much as anything else. So in this first month, I would really pay attention to the communication with other people that are around us. Be sensitive to the people that are around you. Allow them to communicate with that before you start banging them over the head with your mechanics of how things work. Get into that emotional sort of side. That's what the Ten of Cups is all about. Bringing in that happiness after difficulty. Let's just see what's going on the second month. Now this goes from July to August. And I think it's a very passionate and fiery month, actually. We'll see that in the monthly readings, of course. But I think it's very passionate and lively. It's certainly bringing a lot of ideas. And it's through this communication that is provoking a lot of ideas within you. And it's basically how to land these ideas. Once they're up there in the sky and everything like that, you're sort of saying to yourself, how do I get this idea down into my reality? And that's what the page does. Every page is learning to open the pathway. The difference between each page is the elements in which they use to open those pathways for the Knight to come through. And the Knight of Swords is getting on your mission. And that's what could be this whole death card's about. Death and rebirth. So you're going to be opening the ideas as you go forward with your mental agility. We're just working out how to get these or convert these communications into ideas that can actually exist in your life. That's going to be the thing that's going to be on your table at the moment as you go forth in that the 21st of July through to the 21st of August. Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can get anything else out of it. I think there's something that's going to be stunning as well. That's what it seems to be like. It seems to be like either you're going to shock somebody or someone's going to shock you. But in a really nice way. And I think it could be really good for you. I think it could be really, really good for you. It's certainly opening the doors to something quite big within your emotional and your sort of relationship side. Let's see what comes out in the end of the month. You got the Nine of Cups. This is fantastic. The Nine of Cups, when I talk about the Nine of Cups at the moment, because it changes over time, depending on what the environment's doing. And the sun is it's got a lot of filament energy, sending a lot of water energy towards the earth. In Capricorn, you have a lot of water in your sign. You're more water than you are actually earth. But there's a lot inside you. There's all this water that comes in from Pisces down this side here. There's that water from Aquarius, which is down here. And then you have your own water, which goes up here like this. You have that water that comes in here from Sagittarius. From Scorpio, sorry. And there is a lot of water within you. It's at the moment, it's emotionally giving. So I've likened the Nine of Cups to like, it's like a catalogue that you are buying stuff off. So it's like a website that you're buying stuff off a website, but also you're selling stuff on that website. So as people offer dreams up, you can take dreams which are good for you, and you can offer dreams up that people can take dreams for them. It's like a fair exchange of desires and dreams come true and wishes and stuff like that. It's absolutely beautiful. It ties up this whole sort of summer period for you, which is going to be, by the looks of things, quite amazing. Capricorn, quite amazing. Yeah, really, really strong for you going forward. And it's a whole new cycle. As I say, it's a cycle without Pluto. I will say though that Pluto does come back into your sign. I think it's in November. You might need to correct me on that. I think it's in November and then comes back out in at the end of January, something like that. January, beginning of February, and it moves. That's it. Then it'll be gone for good. So anything you really want to get rid of, it's around Christmas, around your birthday time. It's a good time to get rid of it. So to stop or to let go of. Let's just see what's going on your material side of life. Let's see what's been influencing you. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you've been really concentrating on orderly ways of making money that are going to be very consistent, very reliable, building, constructing a project out of something that you know and understand. The functioning of how something functions. It's like she's sitting at the base of the tree of knowledge, and then when she's sitting at the base of the tree of knowledge, she's got this idea that if you plant a seed, then it grows up, and eventually as it grows up, it makes fruit, and then that fruit I can eat. And she understands that process, and she's got that pentacle in her hand ready to plant, and she's confident about her future because she knows the process of getting the results for her in her life, of getting the best out of life for her. Yeah. So absolutely. I think that's what's been building up, of what's been influencing you. That's what you've been concentrating on, and I think it's been detrimental to your relationship side. I say detrimental. I think you haven't been concentrating on it on your relationship side because you've been concentrating on that side there, on your financial side, and I still think you will be. But now it's becoming a lot more sure about where you're going and what you're doing. All of a sudden, you can now start concentrating on your relationship side. Let's see what the karmic message is for that. 6 of Wands. It is a very karmic thing to understand, to learn the pressures of success. Success is difficult sometimes to channel, to get it really in place. And I think here is a learning curve for you, more than anything else. A real learning curve for you, and how you sort of use your success. I think it's because you've been planning on this for a long time, and that's what the Queen of Pentacles is all about. You've been planning about that, the Queen of Pentacles. And now you're going to get it. And the question is that you're karmically destined to get it. If you've been working hard at it, you're destined to get it. And it is your righteous place. There's no other one or thing that can take your place, basically, going forward. So that is your karmic message. Let's just see when that success is going to be coming out for you. We are going to be clarifying with the Light Seers cards as well. Don't forget, you've got your the collective monthly reading out as well. So you'll be able to see this, because I'm interested in seeing what happens in this point here. Between July and August. July and August. I'll be interested in seeing what happens there. Let's see with the first month here. You've got the 9 of Wands. Yeah, I go with that. The 9 of Wands in the first month here. Because you know what you want, you're very guarded about what you want. Because you've been working hard on it, because you've been working hard on your project, trying to get that consistent, reliable income or reliable business, to something that you can depend upon. Because you've been working on it, you're not going to just let it go. And because you're not just going to let it go, you put up healthy boundaries which will stop you from going backwards, basically. Which will stop you from being triggered and going backwards. So I think here is in the first month here is sort of saying, no, I'm going to keep my eye on the ball. Although I'm getting all these messages in on my relationship side, you're now concentrating on where you're going and you're heading off on that journey because they have that wand just as much as the Six of Wands has that one wand. This is what you're heading towards, the King of Wands, real sort of sitting in your power, and it's you that's created it, Capricorn. Let's see what goes on in the second month. Okay, let's see where it's leading to. Let's see, this is the interesting month for me because of what happened in the collective reading. So let's just see what's going on there. Page of Pentacles. Yes, this is going to Page of Pentacles, as I said, with the Page of Swords, and this is great. I think this is what the new beginning is all about, and this is where your success starts. This is where I said to you, pages, what they do is they open the pathway for the knight of that sign to come through. And here is your energy, Pentacle, it's earth energy. And with your passion from the month before, that you're determined to get to where you are, you're going to open the doors to your success in that month. And I think it's you who is pushing as much as the world is giving. So as much as you push, you will get as much back. You will get good returns on it. Okay? And I think this is where the Page of Pentacles also, it's about medium-term rhythms here. So a Page of Pentacles is a page for some time, and then he's a knight for much longer. And so it's the Page of Pentacles, what he's doing is he's understanding the cycle of planting that seed and getting the fruit. That's what you're doing. So as your projects or your business or your job, as you head towards it and you plant that seed and you start that new job, start that business or whatever, you start getting success out of it, the Queen has already understood that. And I think that's what's running through you underneath. And it's almost as if you're kind of going through that process of making a name for yourself in whatever you're doing in the material world. Let's just see what the outcome is. And the outcome is the height of your summer. This is where you should be on fire, Capricorn. As I say, we'll be clarifying with the Light Seers cards as well. But let's just see what's going on there. The Star. This is that success. This is where you get your dreams and aspirations. She is pouring water. As I said about water, you can see this lovely stream behind me. I say stream. Now, because we've had so much rain here, it's grown into a massive river. It's quite amazing. There's a lot of force in that water at the moment. As I said, with the sun as well, doing a lot of water energy. Here in France, we're getting exactly the same. She's pouring water onto the land and to the water. This is very much your sign. Very much a Cancer sign as well. But it's because you have half fish, half goat. That's what Capricorn is, right? And that's what the same thing is what you get in the elements that is within you. You get that earth and that water. And that is the basis for all fertile projects or loves or fertile when you want to plant your seed, which is the Page of Pentacles. Okay? So that's what's coming up for you on the material side of life. Look at that. I've just picked these cards up. What's at the bottom? The Star card. How great is that? You know, I'm going to give him a real shuffle now because I have. Don't forget, you got your weekly readings coming out. If I can pick them up, you've got your weekly readings coming out. Got your weekly readings coming out at the weekend, and you've already got the collective monthly coming out as well at the same time. I thank you very much for supporting this channel, for being here. Really do appreciate it, Capricorn. Let's just see what's going on with that 10 of Cups. 5 of Cups. Yeah, I think that's the past. I think you're past those times of disappointment, as I said. And you're moving on to real happiness after difficulty. There is no doubt about it. She has realised that, look, those 3 of Cups have gone, but she's still got these 2 of Cups next to it, which is also a little bit like the Lover's card as well. And she's realised that just behind her there, as you can well see, there's a pathway that leads from those through those 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, through the disappointment, and she takes those 2 of Cups with her to a sort of a unification of herself. So it's going on to that happiness. That's what's in the past, I think. Let's just see what's going on with the Death and Rebirth. Nearly dropped all the cards there. With the Death and Rebirth, you got the Devil. You. This is Capricorn. Capricorn is the Devil. Yeah, that's the Devil card. The Devil is not necessarily a nasty thing. Also, Capricorns have been nasty. And I'm not nasty. I don't think you're nasty either. You know. But what the Devil can't do is he can't lie. And you can't lie to yourself. And you can't lie to anybody else, really. The Devil will also show lots of opportunities in the world around you, and that's the temptation of life. And you could be tempted by one thing or another. It doesn't necessarily mean it's not your path. He can bring light to the situation because he's the light bearer, Lucifer, and that's what he is. He brings light to the situation so you can see clearly. And I think it's going to put you in a position, it comes with the Lover's card, yeah. It puts you in this position of you finding yourself. Sorry, I got confused between the two, but it doesn't change anything I said. The Lover's card, so as I said earlier on, I said I think it's you finding you, and you've got your card that clarifies it. You can't get better than that. You can't get better than that. And I think you are now in a position where in you, within your spirit, you're sort of saying, Capricorn, I now know myself and I don't ever want to lose myself again. And that's going to be a little bit obsessive about what sort of relationships you have in the future. Doesn't seem like you're going to compromise, basically. You're going to be you. Absolutely brilliant. Capricorn, love you. Let's see what's going on in that Death and Rebirth. Okay? A new beginning for you. The High Priestess. High Priestess knows about the it's the intuitive. She's actually got her eyes closed, as you can see on this card, and she can still see because she's using her emotions, her energy, and her spirit in order to see clearly the future. And that, with this new pathway that's opening up for you, you've got to see yourself clearly in this. If you see yourself clearly in it, then follow it, go with it. As difficult as it may well be, it doesn't necessarily mean life is going to be a bed of roses. Because if it was too easy, you'd be really bored, Capricorn. Everybody would be bored. So I think here is using that intuition in a really wise way. The Moon card comes with the 8 of Wands. Yeah, I come back to what I said about the 8 of Wands at the beginning. I think this communication comes in from outside, from elsewhere. And I'm not sure you see it coming there. And I'm not sure you see the communication that you respond to with the communication that's coming in, with the messages that are coming in. How you communicate back to it, how you interact with that communication. I'm not sure if you realise, you didn't think about it. I think it's a bit of a shocker. But it's going to lead you to happiness after difficulty. There is no doubt about it. So I think these messages that are coming in will be nice, beautiful surprises for you. Really nice surprises. Let's see what's going on with that Page of Swords. How is that Page of Swords opening the pathway? 9 of Swords. Obviously not a very nice card. But I think this is where because we got the 9 of Cups after this. Happiness after difficulty. I think this is where the Page of Swords is. It gives you ideas that breaks you out of a cycle that is repetitive, stressful, that you haven't liked within your relationships around you. And that could be as much as your family, your friends, community, as much as your sort of partner as well, or maybe your future partner. I think that's what's breaking out this time. And it's really saying goodbye to it because you've got that death card on your karmic path. Let's just see what's going on with the Nine of Cups. Now this will be interesting to see what happens here. What comes out of this? Eight of Wands, which you had down here. Everything, I think we can agree that everything goes in cycles, right? Therefore, you could have this is a nightmare cycle, yeah? And I think this is like these communications that come in that you didn't really see at the beginning, and you've opened in your new pathway, which opens new communication, which brings you on to that Nine of Cups. In this Nine of Cups, you quantify or you communicate your desires or the gifts you so wish to take and the gifts you so wish to give to the universe. I think you'll start communicating it with everything that is around you. And because you're communicating it, it's making you feel a lot freer and a lot happier. Let's just see what's going on your material sort of side. We've got the Six of Wands and we're going for the Queen of Pentacles now. So what sort of influences has been offering to you? Yeah, the Five of Wands. I think you've struggled a lot in the past to get this. And I think you've had to struggle with yourself. I think you've also had to struggle with the world around you, to be honest. And with that sort of struggle, you've been searching for consistency within your life, within your material life. And I think that struggle is now in the past. Very much the same with the Five of Cups there. I think it's very much in the past. But it is also another way of sort of saying, because you've struggled for that consistency within the Queen of Cups, within the Queen of Pentacles, you are actually now reaching your height. You're being the best example for who you can be. And I think it's good. I think it's great. I think you sort of said, blow it. If I'm gonna work in life, I want success. And you're going after it, and you're going to get it, Capricorn, if you consistently go into it. With the Nine of Wands, you get the Hangman. I think these boundaries, as I say, these boundaries in the past are tied to the past. And I think they stop you from going backwards. And as you realise this, you're going to have to see things in a different way, because I think they're going to become less important to you as you go forward. Because you can see in the future that you could do it in certain ways, so you don't really need those barriers. And that's where you can collect those Eight of Wands to communicate in the future. Because that's what the Nine of Wands, he's leaving those Eight of Wands behind. And as he leaves it behind, you can see things in a completely different way. And the funny thing is, the Hangman is also hanging from the Tree of Knowledge. And that's where the Queen of Pentacles is sat. So it keeps bringing you back to the knowledge that is within you, basically. And it allows you to see very clearly going forward. Let's see what's going on with the Page of Pentacles. That planting of that seed, learning about that success coming into your life with the medium time rhythms, as I was talking about. And that's what the Eight of Wands is all about as well. Medium-term cycles. That's what I said. Okay, so Page of Pentacles. What's the clarification on that? This is it. This is it. This is it, Capricorn. I answer, this is it. A change of fortune. This is with the realization that comes out of that, I think, in that month there. It's like, I think the realization is like, no one can stop me now. No one can stop this momentum I have within me. I'm now planting seeds. I'm now creating my own path. That's what it feels like. The momentum that you've got behind you is a real change of fortune. And I think that ties in with that Pluto sort of thing within you. And then we go on to the star card. So, yeah, it's you are in charge of your own destiny here. Look at that. Way too many cards. Way too many cards. The only three cards I see: Six of Pentacles, Fair Exchange, Temperance, and the Seven of Cups. Knowing your path through the fair exchange, because you've had it hard, you know you don't want other people to have it hard, really. So you have actually, you've chosen to have that sort of ethical aspect to you. And I think that's going to be part of your success. Okay? So let's just see what's going on with the star card. You get the Four of Pentacles. That's strange. Holding on to something too tightly. So also could be wise of how... Okay, so this is what I'm getting here. Could be wise about how you spend your money as well. And I think this wisdom comes in through this Nine of Wands, through this Five of Wands, and also seeing things a little bit differently. I also think here is sort of saying you've got your possible dream coming on into your life on your material front, and you're not going to give it up easy. You're not going to let it go easily. You're really going to make sure you get the success out of it. That's the feeling I get off of it. It's like you're sort of saying, there's no way I'm gonna let this opportunity slip. And I think that's more what comes out of it more than anything else. I can't resist it. I've got to take I'm going to take another card. Should I? Shouldn't I? Tap one if you want. Tap two if you don't. Do you know what? It just fell out. I've got the Emperor. You're going to own it. You're going to own it, Capricorn. You really are going to stand in your power and own it. You're going to stand in the power of your dreams and aspirations. Absolutely brilliant. Really good. So happy for you. So happy for you. There you go, Capricorn. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for supporting this channel by subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting, everything like that. Everything helps out. Thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget, you've got your weekly readings coming out at the weekend. I will see you there for that. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun and you are going to enjoy.